People talk about manifestation, right? Manifestation is real, but not because your mind manages to magically attract the things you want. I think it just reminds you of what you really want, and it allows you to find energy all the time. If you manifest yourself having a perfect physique, you're going to be a lot more motivated in the gym. It's the gym that makes the physique. However, the manifestation makes you want to go to the gym. So I do believe that if you understood the power of your thoughts, you'd never think negatively ever again. I also think that once you understand all of the bad things and good things that come into your life are a perfect plan from God himself, you're going to be a lot less affected by the bad things. If something bad happens to you, it's part of God's plan. He knows what he's doing. In the end, you're going to be happy it happened. I often ask people, is there anything bad that's happened to you in the past at the time you were distraught about that you now wish didn't even happen? And truthfully, you're like, no, I'm kind of glad it all happened because of. So if you understand you're always going to get there eventually, why be upset about it now, right? If you know in a year from now you'll be glad it happened, why be upset about it happening now? You have to be cerebral enough about things.
And if life is perfect all the time, you don't appreciate anything. I actually think one of the worst lives you can have is a life where everything goes right all of the time. If you're spoiled to that degree, especially as a man, as soon as you reach any kind of difficulty, you're going to crumble. And I do not pray for an easy life. I pray for a difficult life with difficult challenges to solve and being strong enough to handle them. If you really want an exceptional life and to do exceptional things, you can't only hope for the positive exceptional.
Well, it says in the Quran, just because you believe, you think Allah will not test you. Just because you believe in me, you think you're not going to be tested. That's how God shows love. Yeah, because God's love is a disciplinarian love. It's like a father. A father shows love through putting you on the bike, letting you fall over, letting you hurt your knee, picking you back up, putting you back on the bike. That's how a father shows love, and God is the same.
The only reason you appreciate being rich is because you were poor. If you were born rich, you don't appreciate it. The only reason you appreciate being in good health is because you were once sick. If you've never experienced sickness, you don't know what health is.
I think I had the best possible upbringing a person can have, which is good parents and no money. I didn't get famous or rich young, which I also thank the Lord for. I think a lot of these people who get famous online quite early, I think they miss out a lot of life. I had real jobs and I did real things and I was really broke, really trying to pay rent and doing real stuff for a long time. I think that a harsh upbringing and a harsh life makes a man a man. I don't think you learn a lesson any other way. So I've been from the absolute bottom to the absolute top. I've seen it all. When I'm sitting there and saying to men, look, life as a man is shit, throughout history, men have always struggled. Name a time in history it was better to be a man. Was it better to be a man in World War II? Was it better to be a man in the Napoleonic Wars? When's it ever been good to be a man? Building the pyramids, was that fun? The only time being a man ever is good is if you become an exceptional man.
I became world champion without even fucking food. And you got these kids with millions and millions and millions. They ain't even got a six-pack. It's embarrassing.
I really do believe I've had the perfect life. I am so glad I got to grow up poor because I wouldn't appreciate money if I didn't. And I'm so glad I got to spend my 20s, that decade where you were as powerful as possible fighting. And I'm so glad I couldn't pay my bills so that I appreciate now all the money I have. I just really feel like it's been the perfect path. And I think back on how my life was back then, and I realized that I wouldn't appreciate any of the things I have now without them. The best thing about being rich is talking about how you used to be poor. The reason I'm so happy, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I'm happy every day, is because I wake up in a big ass house and I realize that I don't have to worry about rent the next day and everything's fine. I think the unhappiest people in the world don't have any struggle at all. You often find that people who are struggling but know exactly what they're supposed to do, if they're getting up every day and they're grinding and they're working hard and they don't have what they want yet, but they believe they're going to get it and they're trying their very best and they're dedicating themselves, they're very happy. Perhaps the people who are born with a trust fund and unlimited money and have no struggles in their life are truly the miserable ones. Perhaps we're built for struggle. Perhaps the human mind and soul and spirit is built to struggle. Perhaps we're built to suffer. I know me as a man, I'm happiest when I suffer. Why did the emperors we discussed earlier constantly try and expand their empires? They wanted difficulty. Would you play a video game if it was easy? If you could never die? I mean, cheats get boring pretty quick. That's the whole point of it. You're supposed to struggle with it. You're supposed to suffer with it. So I think a lot of people confuse these things and they sit and say, this is merely making me unhappy. Or people ask me about my current legal troubles. Is it making you unhappy? It must be really stressful. I said, yeah, perhaps. But if I didn't have it, if I woke up and everything was just perfect, that'd be great for a few weeks. But if you just wake up and nothing ever goes wrong, I think that'd be quite depressing in its own way. That's the beauty of life, is the up and the down, because there's no light without dark. If you understand these things, it's pretty easy to be happy.
Truthfully, it is the hard things in life that are the best things in life. It's amazing how God has linked difficulty and value. There is nothing in life which is valuable, which is not hard to obtain and hard to keep. That's why it has value in the first place. If gold was everywhere, nobody would care about gold. So when you see something as hard, you see something as valuable, and you have to train your mind to be excited by hard things. To feel self-motivated, not externally, you're self-motivated by the chance to prove to God you deserve this hard thing. You should feel fantastic when you're given a challenge. When hard is put in front of you, you should say, finally, God, finally you've given me something difficult. My life has been too easy for too long. I'm too capable to live such a meager existence and simply survive.
Life is just, it's a game. We're living in a simulation, and if you want a high score, you have to choose the highest difficulty. So I want a high score.
And I think if you take these approaches, if you take the approach of manifesting what you want so you're constantly motivated and understanding all the bad things that happen to you are just a lesson and one day you're going to get over it, it's pretty easy to be a happy, contented, balanced person. I don't think there's any serious magic to happiness. I think it's a choice and it's pretty easy to do.
When men say to me they're depressed, with the capability to become anything you desire, with God giving you a full and able body and mind, how do you have time to be depressed? There's so much that you need to do to be your best self, and you're finding hours a day to be sad? No wonder you're going to perpetually lose forever.
If you will change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside. All you've got to change is what's inside. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Start working on yourself, making these personal changes, and it'll all change for you. I'm telling you, your whole life can explode into change. Money, no problem. Economics, no problem. Future, no problem. If you just go to work on the right thing. Not get things out there to change. Don't try to change the seed. Don't change the soil. Don't change the sunshine. Don't change the rain. Don't change the mix of seasons. Let the miracle of everything that's available work for you, and start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy. Work on your attitude. Work on your personality. Work on your language. Work on all of your abilities. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change for you.
Life will test you and it won't ask for your permission. It won't knock before it breaks down your door. It won't warn you before the storm hits. One day you'll wake up and everything will feel like it's falling apart. Your plans, your peace, your confidence, your strength. And in that moment, you'll face the test of who you really are. Because it's easy to act strong when everything is going your way. It's easy to be motivated when life is smooth, but real strength is revealed when everything goes wrong. When you've been knocked down again and again, and you still choose to rise. Life will throw heartbreak, betrayal, failure, loss, pain, fear, confusion, not to destroy you, but to see if you're built for what you say you want. You don't get greatness without being tested. You don't get wisdom without going through fire. You don't become unshakable until life shakes you to your knees. But here's the truth. The test is not here to break you. It's here to build you. It's here to expose your weakness so you can strengthen it. To show you your limits so you can expand them. To bring out the fighter in you. The version of you that doesn't quit, doesn't fold, doesn't run. Life is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be meaningful. And meaning is born in the pain, in the pressure, in the fight. Every setback you face is asking you one question. Will you rise or will you run? Will you face it or will you fold? This is where character is forged. Not in the comfort zone, in the chaos. When your back is against the wall and you have nothing left but your decision to keep going. That's the test. And most people fail because they give in too soon. They let fear talk them out of their future. They let doubt stop them before they even start. They give up because it's hard, not realizing that the hard is the path. But you're not most people. You were built to endure, built to rise, built to become a weapon in the fire. The storm isn't there to drown you. It's there to teach you how to stand when everything else is falling. So don't run from the test. Don't fear the trial. Face it. Because every test passed makes you stronger. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, growth over comfort, purpose over pleasure, you are passing the test. And every time you pass, life promotes you. But every time you run, you have to repeat it. You don't get to skip the process. You either face the pain now or live with regret later. And regret is heavier than failure. Regret is what haunts men who had the chance to fight but chose to flee. Don't be one of them. Stand up, Show life that you won't be shaken. Let every hardship turn you into something unbreakable. Let the pressure shape your purpose. Let the test reveal the warrior in you, because you're not here just to survive. You're here to overcome. You're here to rise above. You're here to become the man no test can break. And if you want to win, you've got to treat every day like it's a test you can't afford to fail. Show up, lock in, stay focused. Don't complain, don't compare, don't collapse. Push through, fight back, hold the line. The test is coming, or maybe you're already in it. Either way, your response will define your destiny. Don't fail the test.